Poised for Exit is a show for business owners who want to achieve a successful exit based on their own terms. Your business exit will likely be the biggest financial transaction of your life, and for most, you'll have one shot at doing it right. The topics and guests we feature and the stories they share will provide valuable ideas and strategies to improve operations and grow enterprise value so you can achieve the best possible exit outcome. Now here's your host, award-winning certified exit planning advisor, Julie Keys.
Welcome, everybody, to the Poised for Exit podcast show. Our guest today is the CEO of a transition planning advisory firm in Dubai. We're going to learn about his practice and how private business exits are happening in another part of the world, the UAE. So stay with us.
This is Andy Kosamba, president of Calhoun Companies. We understand that selling your business is a big deal. Since 1908, Calhoun Companies has been confidently connecting buyers and sellers. From small family shops to large corporations, our expert brokers walk with you and guide you every step of the way, whether you're looking to retire or simply for a fresh start. If you're curious what your business could sell for, or if you're ready to start the process, head to calhouncompanies.com for a free and confidential consultation. Calhoun Companies, the confident choice for buyers and sellers.
My name is Todd Crow, and I'm the president of the Twin Cities Exit Planning Chapter. If you're a business owner and advisor and want to learn more about the world of exit planning, you're invited to visit the Twin Cities chapter of the Exit Planning Institute. You can expect top-level education delivered by subject matter experts at every monthly meeting. Grow your network and draw from the learning that could be a game changer for your business or your practice. There's no pressure to become a member, so come and see what the buzz is all about. Our meetings are held the second Wednesday of the month, 7:30 to 9 a.m. See the show notes for more information and registration links.
Exiting your business is a big deal, both financially and emotionally. I'm John Marquet, certified exit planning advisor with TrustPoint. We help business owners transition smoothly on their terms. Our focus is on maximizing value, minimizing stress, and giving you confidence in what's next. Whether you're selling or passing the torch, we make the process seamless. Start planning today at trustpointinc.com. That's trustpointinc.com.
Thinking about selling your business in the next few years? Don't wait to start planning. I've seen too many business owners wait too long and regret it. Freedom Financial Partners are financial advisors who specialize in exit planning for business owners, helping you reduce tax surprises, protect what you've built, and quantify how much you need from the sale. Their proven process helps you think beyond your business so you can move forward with clarity and confidence. The longer you wait, the fewer options you may have. Download your free financial readiness assessment today at ffpforme.com/exit. That's ffpforme.com/exit. Hello, Poised for Exit listeners. We are here today with Karim Ghandour, who is a CIPA and a CEO of Legacyline in Dubai, which provides professional services for owners looking for transition planning services. Karim, so great to see you again. Welcome to Poised for Exit.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you could join us. So much to talk about, and yet so much the same as far as how business is done, and the same issues that business owners have really all over the globe when it comes to transition. So I'm happy that in your corner of the world you've got it figured out, and we're going to talk about that and some of the cool things that you've done. But first, I would like to have you just share with your listeners, like, how did you get here? You have acquired some amazing professional expertise that aligns really well with what you're doing right now as a transition specialist, and you've assembled a really cool team. So first, let's just talk about your background, how you got here, and then what was it about forming a firm, Legacyline, that really grabbed you?
Well, thanks for having me. I started my career in Canada as a financial planner. Then I came to Dubai in 2001, 2002. And I realized at that point that a lot of people were not doing any estate planning. That's where it started.
Sure.
So I started my career doing estate planning. And what's unique about Dubai is you're not dealing with one jurisdiction. Because of its nature, it has like 90% expats. You really don't know who's your next client. He might be Australian, he might be Saudi, he might be American, all
Sure.
over. So with that, I decided to invest on my business model wherein instead of having a team of specialists advising, we developed a network across the world. So once we get a client, we noticed that the CPA in the US is not talking to the one in UK and the one in France and the one in Dubai. And that became our business model. Fast forward around 2013, I noticed also the elephant in the room is the family business. So yeah, we are doing the structures, setting up trust foundations and so on. Yet nobody's addressing what's going to happen, who's going to lead that business.
Right.
So I got again my certification and assembled a team to work on the governance, and we start doing governance. Setting up the merging between estate planning and the family constitution and governing instruments that we use. And when I really dig into this, really went into family businesses, I realized that there's something missing, but I couldn't say what it is until I came across API and CPA. And what's missing is the North Star. All these family businesses, they don't have a North Star. They don't focus on value. So I introduced that concept of putting value as our North Star. And by doing that, that means we want a best-in-class company. And who wouldn't, regardless if I'm going to sell it or pass it to my kids. And that became really the direction we took, where we are merging between the governance and how to deal with the family dynamics, while at the same time focusing on the business itself, which a lot of professionals don't, especially in the governance domain and the family business, they don't focus on value. And like somebody who want to sell their business, they're always chasing profitability and revenue and not focusing on value. So just doing this mindset shift, that's critical, regardless of what kind of transition they're going to have.
Yeah, couldn't agree with you more there. So back up a second. When did you get your certified exit planning advisor credential?
23.
In 23?
2023.
Okay,
Yeah.
and you came through my program in 24, is that right?
Correct.
24, yeah, because I saw you at the summit last year. And you'll be at the summit again this year for anyone who's out there who wants to meet him. That'd be great. I noticed that you have really dialed in a systemized process. And when we talked before the show, you said that most of it is subscription based. So you're driving value through subscriptions. Tell us about how you're doing that.
So I had, again, post-COVID, I realized that I can tell that consultancy was dying. That's way before the AI was launched in end of 2023. And to my point today, everybody gets anything, just they run it by ChatGPT. And I realized that what these owners really want is to be held accountable, to have clarity, to think holistically. And let's face it, even with AI, you can't, if you don't know what you don't know, you don't know what you don't know, correct?
Well, you don't know what questions to ask then, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's where we decided to move away from consultancy. And because transition readiness is not an event, it's a journey, we decided this is the right time to do the readiness, look at readiness in a very disciplined way every 90 days. It can go for 3 years, it can go for 10 years or generation, doesn't matter. We need to be ready. Decision can wait. If they don't want to pass on the ownership or the management, that's fine. Readiness cannot. And that's our slogan there. And that's what we put together, a platform, an online platform. And that's what we're promoting now to a lot of founders. And to my amazement, I mean, I'm shocked. I knew it, but I'm shocked how much they're not ready. It's heartbreaking. I mean, if anything happened to any of these founders, especially in the SME space, mid-market, 30 to 50 million in revenue, US, they're not ready, let alone the smaller ones. They're not ready. So we're working around the clock to ensure that they become transition ready.
And so the process then is for a candidate, prospect, business owner to start. I mean, I know you got 3 tools, right? So you've got the personal, the business, and the financial, the 3 legs of the exit planning stool, all covered with the resources and tools that I noticed on your website. And those are the subscription based, is that the cycle then? So value guard, value accelerator, and legacy, right? Legacy
Yeah.
guard.
Yes.
Those three? Okay.
So yeah, we took all the knowledge and we put a product around.
Mm-hmm.
So the value guard is for somebody who doesn't have an operation, right? Just what they want to make sure that if something happens to them, their wealth will be transferred to the next generation smoothly. And because we have multiple jurisdiction, that's
Yes.
exactly what it serves. Value Accelerator, it does that, plus it works with the founder on the readiness of the business by
Mm.
increasing his EBITDA, by simply doing the things he need on the 8 drivers and the things they need, financial and non-financial, to ensure the business is ready. The more ready the business is, obviously, the more valuable it is. And then we drew from that, and then we created the Legacy Guard, and that's addressing the audience who don't want to exit. They want to pass it to their children, but the mythology is still the same.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we need to do the first thing as a value guard, but also we want to ensure that they are moving to become valuable, best in class. Because let's put it this way, if an acquirer is not willing to buy the company, it's a crime to give it to your kids.
Right.
It's you will be destroying the value of your business, but also you'll be destroying the harmony and the family ties and so on and so forth.
Yeah, good point. Isn't that the truth? And gosh,
Yeah.
how much do you run into that? Where a family business is like, well, they've been here for a long time. They know what's going on. And we don't need to do any of this readiness stuff because they're already familiar. And nothing could be further from the truth, right? We're not setting them up for
Exactly.
success. Yeah, like you said, a third party comes in and they're, well, this is not a transitional business. Yeah. So let's talk about how these resources that you've built are actually making a difference for your clients that are signing up for them.
They're getting clarity.
Yeah.
We went from passive, because we used to say, let's do this and pitch a consultancy gig, whether it's setting up a structure or doing a family constitution and so on, or cross-border taxation. And now we're ahead of the curve because literally we sit every 90 days and say, what do we want to do in the next 90 days? And sometimes we run out of ideas, so we're always ahead of the curve. With time, after a few quarters, now we notice clients saying, we're ready. There's not much to do, especially the ones who don't own a business. The ones who own a business, there's always things to do.
All right. So if I am an individual that just needs some help organizing my financial house, I can
Yeah.
still take advantage of your business model, your subscription. It'll help me
It's not your finance. It's not your finance. It's your ownership
your ownership.
house. Using the 3-circle model of family business, we focus first and foremost is ownership, regardless if it's a building, if it's a cabin, or if it's multiple companies, LLCs.
Got it.
We want to ensure at the event if something happens suddenly, are we ready? Suddenly means death, disability, or it might be somebody knocking on the door and saying, I want to buy that asset. And
Yes.
the company is an asset. A lot of founders don't see it as an asset. And it shocks me, honestly, Joel. It shocks me when we ask about properties, they tell you exactly the value of the property. We bought it for that much. Today it's worth that much. You buy
Yeah.
a share, they tell you the same. What's shocking when you ask them about the value of their company, they're clueless. They spend 50, 60 hours a week in that company and they
Yes.
know everything about it. But when it comes to the value, and now because of what's happening with silver and gold, they can tell you, I bought gold at this price and I'm selling at that price. But then when it comes to the most important asset they have, which is their family, their businesses, one or multiple businesses, value is not something to look at.
Yeah.
That's really for somebody who joined the community 3 years ago, that was like my biggest eureka moment.
So you are working with all kinds of different subject matter experts, I noticed on your website. We've got a bigger team now than you did the last time I talked to you. So how are they involved in all of this? Are they helping you build the tech? Is there some kind of like hand holding or consulting that you're doing for these owners that are coming in? You said that you're not really consulting anymore, that you're kind of bringing them through the system, the automated system. How does it work?
So as I said, every 90 days we come up and say, what do we need to do?
Okay.
It might be a setting up trust. It might be a will. It might be a tax advice. It
Sure.
might be working on the business, setting up a board, whatever it is, right? And
Okay.
then we go out, and the team around me, it doesn't really, they coordinate with third parties to
Yes.
execute the work,
Got it.
because we don't know everything, and we shouldn't know everything.
Oh, you
But what we
can't.
know
Right.
to how to coordinate and facilitate.
That was my next question. I was going to ask, with all the jurisdictions that, have to deal with, like you said, 90% of the people there are expatriates. So what's the secret sauce? Do you have like a massive network across the world where your experts can like make connections and bring your clients to the people that can actually help them with their
Yes. Well,
taxation
basically,
and things?
it's true we're based in Dubai, but we operate in multiple jurisdictions. I mean, we have clients in West Africa,
Of course.
North Africa. We have in the Gulf, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, and the Latin. So these are our clients. But when it comes to their assets, it's literally from Los Angeles to Fiji and
Sure.
everything in between. So yeah, we for the last 20 plus years, I've been leveraging on this network and always meeting new professionals who can help in different jurisdictions.
Fantastic.
And because we need tax advice across the world. That's
Yes,
how it
I
is.
agree. You
Legal
do.
advice across the world. Now, the last 2 years, I've been building or 3 years, I've been building my M&A network. Not in Dubai, but mostly outside Dubai, especially in the jurisdiction. It's not known for having these kind of professions. Dubai has a very good community across the board. So that's that's what my team usually does. It's just coordination.
Wow. So
And
quarterback on steroids then.
yeah,
Yeah.
for their
Wow.
ownership, for everything, business and
Yeah.
non-business, and private assets. Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing. Well, I hope that I'm on your list for contact in the US because I'm pretty well networked here. So happy to help and make connections anytime you need them.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So impressive, this work that you're doing, looking ahead at the future of your practice. Just kind of wondering, like, say for instance, we're sitting here a year from now, and you talked earlier about the impact of AI and consultancy kind of going away. I agree. I don't know that it's going to eliminate the need for humans, because it doesn't sound like it has for you either. But it's definitely going to curtail the work that we do, and we're going to have to figure out how we can work with versus against all this technology. So a year from now, Legacyline looks like what? How will it change? What kind of impact have you made in your area across the world?
Well, it's critical 1 year because we are still onboarding more clients, and every
Sure.
client we onboard, we learn a lot about how they think, about the psychology, the practice, and how to execute. We know it, but it, if we're the business readiness maybe is the easiest part, and
Sure.
the financial readiness. The challenging one is the person readiness,
Yes.
the emotional readiness of passing on the baton, of selling the business. That's what, as I'm going, I notice there's a difference between baby boomers, X generation, and millennials. Millennials being today in their 40s, early 40s, mid 40s. Totally different dynamic, different logic, different how they look at things.
Absolutely.
And that's really the learning curve, that
Hmm.
psyche of these founders. That's what we're building as we go.
Hmm.
I leverage a lot on AI. I don't think AI is it's what we used to do in a day. Now we do it in a few minutes.
Exactly.
So that means we can take more. So
Yes.
scalability is easier now.
Yes,
That's
I
how I
agree.
see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, same. We
Mm.
can talk about that later, but yeah, we're definitely utilizing that in a big way, as you know. So I would like to, maybe we got a few minutes left here. I'd just like to have you touch on how this system of yours has actually impacted clients. So maybe you could share without identifying information, of course, a client or two, a story, like they came in this way and then these were the outcomes, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so that's a good one. I had a client for the longest time, over 10 years, and he was considering exiting twice, and he didn't. And with the work that we've done in the last, that was before, I mean, when he was trying to exit, that's before introducing the platform.
Sure.
And now, within literally less than 1 hour, he looks at the dashboard and he can make decisions. And we notice there is a direct correlation between selling, in this case, and how much the proceeds of that sale will generate for him income. And that immediately it became, in less than 1 hour, it was clear that he's not going to exit simply because the proceeds will not generate the same income he's doing right now from the business.
And that's always a biggie.
And we didn't have that. It used to take back, forth, and they were working in different silos and so on. Now it's holistic. And thanks to the technologies we have and so on, it's just like on the spot. Same when it comes to the private assets. Now we can give them immediately, they can see, we're very concentrated in real estate or in a geographic location. The problem with preparing them for liquidity event, chances are, and I've seen it before joining the community, they will lose a big chunk of this liquidity because they're not used to. It's simply like a container, and that container is set on their wealth today. All of a sudden, they're going to have 10 times or 8 times their wealth. Their financial muscles are not ready.
Yes.
So chances are they're going to spend it and they're going to lose it.
Yes.
So that's the prep. That's the way of prepping we're doing, saying, if we had this liquidity yesterday, how would we invest today in a disciplined way? How we're going to select the advisors? We don't give financial advice. We work with financial advisors and private bankers and so on. How we're going to do this, and then build these scenarios as if the liquidity event already happened. And nobody does that because usually they sell, they receive a check, and then they get lost.
Yes.
Either they spend it in the wrong investments. And let's face it, and this is my giveaway for a lot of founders. Being excellent as a business owner doesn't make you an excellent investor.
Yes. I mean, the proof is in the pudding there, right? Because most of those founders that own these wonderful companies have most of their nest egg tied up in the business, which they would see as an investment, but it's kind of a risky one in a lot of ways. So yeah, the investment mentality is different for an
Not there.
entrepreneur, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So ideal client size, what's the typical company size that you work with?
We're looking right now 25 to 250 million in revenue.
25 to 250. Okay.
Million
So
in revenue.
yeah, lower middle market to middle market. Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good window for sure. I'm really happy to hear this. Pardon, go ahead.
We took few smaller than that,
Uh-huh.
and it's a learning curve. If the founder is committed, we can onboard them, no problem. But that's what I'm looking at, is really that market, that middle market.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, at some point, maybe you take your system and you make it be something that those smaller companies can work and implement on their own without your help at all. That could be something that you do next. But for sure, the ones that are a little bit bigger are the ones that actually have the team, and things are a little bit more complex and they need a lot of help that way. Good to know.
Yeah.
Great. So, Karim, it's been so nice seeing you again. And I'm sure that we'll run into each other when we see each in Nashville, right, in a few months. Yeah, but
Beautiful.
thanks for joining me on the show and really appreciate your sharing your knowledge.
Thanks for having me, Jen.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And thank you to all of our listeners across the US and the globe. You make this show possible, and we are grateful for you. Please join us again next time.